Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing, finally, the compatibility between Virgo and Scorpio. And this is one of those you wouldn't expect it to be so interesting, possibly good. And in order to get the most out of this video, obviously look at your partner's sun, moon, Venus, rising sign. You can use any of those things, but if you wanted something more specific and tailor-made for your specific chart and that of your partner, you would need to get like a real chart reading done. Obviously, I have a website, or you can just take a look at the charts themselves and see the different combinations. Look at the differences between your moons. I have a ton of these compatibility videos. The way this is gonna work, I'm gonna give you some background information on the two signs so that you can understand where they're coming from individually. Then we're going to talk about the things that really work well between these two. And then at the end, we're going to talk about the things that are maybe a little bit troublesome and talk about potential workarounds. So some troubleshooting for the Virgo and the Scorpio. And I will say, Virgos love troubleshooting. Virgos never give up when it comes to solving a problem. So this is why I'm just like, Virgo's a really good partner to have. So let's get into the video, guys. So first of all, Scorpio is a fixed water sign ruled by Mars. So fixed, remember that fixed means something that is unchanging. So they are very, when they want something, when they want somebody, they very much can stay on track. And being ruled by Mars, this is the planet that rules them and it infuses the way that they are. So this gives them a lot of passion, but it is a water sign. So even though they seem very tough, these are emotional people. They really like to live in emotional extremes. To them, in order to feel alive, they need to feel something very passionately, and some things have to feel a little bit dangerous. And I don't know if you noticed this, but this is quite different from our cerebral friend, the mutable Earth. Mutable Earth, Virgo, is ruled by Mercury. This is why they're so cerebral. This is why they have so much going on in their minds. Both of the signs that are ruled by Mercury are very, mentally active. And Virgo, however, is an earth sign. So whenever they are thinking about things, they are often thinking about things that are, grounded, down to earth, realistic things. They are concerned with earthly matters because they're an earth sign. So on this side, we have our, emotional, passionate person. And then on this other side, you have somebody who's very grounded, down to earth, and more logical and in the mind, versus the other one's like more emotional. One's in the emotions and the other one is in the mind. But nonetheless, sometimes these pairings happen, especially if you look at the rest of the chart and there's another reason why these people are coming together. So let's talk about what really works well between them. This is the thing that I think you guys are going to agree on. The physical connection could be very strong, but particularly if the Scorpio person finds the Virgo person attractive. Like there's nothing that could separate, a Scorpio person from what they want, because they are they're looking for intimacy and something deeper, but they are very much ruled by their passions because, they're Mars ruled. And the Mars ruled signs, so Scorpio and Aries, they work from down here. This is what drives them. So if the Scorpio is into this Virgo person, they're going to be into it, no matter the fact that Virgo is going to be a little bit more, mental, logical, and a little bit less concerned with feelings. Scorpio is more concerned with the feelings. So if they're attracted, then it's really going to work because, as I said, Scorpio is going to be going for that Virgo. It doesn't matter. The emotional connection might not be there unless the Virgo has a lot of water. If the Virgo has water in their chart, then this is going to be perfect. But we're going to talk about that in the end. So as I was saying, Virgo is a sign that really aims to please. Virgo likes to master all of the things that are in this earthly realm. So one of those things that are in this earthly realm is physical connection, like sexual attraction, the sexual act, all of that stuff. Virgo is just like, okay, I might not be naturally gifted, but I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to be the best. That's how Virgo is. Virgo likes to try things out in order to really have some strength in every single area that they're interested in. And if the connection with their partner is very physical, you better believe that the Virgo is going to be trying all sorts of things. And Virgo's the kind to read a book about it, to just be like, oh, how does this work? Let me Google it. They will Google things, they will read, they'll ask their friends, whatever it takes. to feel like they are, you know, mastering and perfecting and refining their lovemaking, for example. So this is something that their partner can enjoy, not just a Scorpio. Anyone would enjoy that. And I really feel that Scorpio will really appreciate the dedication that Virgo will take towards that, because Virgo, as I said, you know, they're tinkerers. They like to work on things. They like to improve things. So they're gonna figure it out. Whatever issue comes up, Virgo is gonna try to fix it. They don't just give up on anything. And the Scorpio is gonna be like, oh, that's so sweet of you. Like, you're trying to improve things with me, and they're really gonna like that. And that is really what I feel is their biggest strength, the physical connection. That physical connection can go a long way because, again, Scorpio is Mars ruled. Scorpio cares a lot about the sexual activity between them and their partner. So as long as the sex like stays alive and the Virgo continues this process of like getting better and making sure that the connection is happening, then I think that is like the most important thing for them. If we're just looking at these signs alone, without including, you know, the moon sign and the rising sign, if you're just focusing on these two signs alone from your charts, that is going to be the key part, the physical part. So now let's talk about the things that might not work. So the obvious thing that is going to be difficult is the fact that Scorpio is very intimate in terms of the emotions. And Virgo's more practical. Virgo's just like, why did that hurt your feelings? I don't understand. I just said something that was true and factual. Like, I could verify it for you. I could prove it to you. Why is it hurtful? But the cool thing that I think that every Virgo has is that they're problem solvers. Nobody solves a problem like a Virgo. So if you present a situation to them like, hey, this is upsetting my feelings and it's creating an issue between us, then you could possibly get them to think about it in terms of like, how can this be constructive? How can we fix this situation? And Virgo has this quality to them. They are Mercury. Mercury is mental activity. Mercury is the way that you pay attention to things. It represents attention, basically. And Mercury in Earth. So they pay attention to all of the things that are around them. So because of this, they can have this tendency to be fault finding. They'll find faults here and there. And it's not like to be rude. It's just that they want to fix those things. Their mind is just like surveying the area and being, oh, like, this is out of place. That could be better. This. And that's just how they notice things. It's not their fault. That's just how their mind works. And this could be really useful in certain, like, you know, if you're an accountant or if you're a surgeon or if you're trying to heal somebody and you need to be very detailed, that's very useful. But when it comes to when you're dealing with somebody, like, let's just say you have somebody who's super Scorpio, super emotional, and Scorpio's not going to tell you that they're very emotional. They're not going to just show you the feelings, because Scorpio also likes to be very strong. They get very mad every time that I'm just like, hey. They're like, you're making us sound like we're very emotional. I'm just like, okay. You're very strong too. Remember, it's Mars. Mars is the planet of war, aggression, strength, you know? So yes, they are very strong, but they feel things very deeply, Scorpios. So when Virgo is over here noticing all of these things that are wrong, or like all these things that we could fix, it depends where the Scorpio has their Scorpio energy. If they have like a moon in the first house or a moon in the fourth house, it might feel like too aggressive, and they'll be like, oh, like, why are you hurting me? Why are you saying these things? So that could be one of the things that would be troublesome. But as I said, you need to pose it and turn it around and just be like, hey, Virgo, like, this is causing issue between us. How can we fix it? As I said, that's one thing that I really love about Virgos, is that they're always trying to fix things. They always want things to be better. So if the relationship is having this problem, Virgo is the type to go read up on it. Like, how can I do this? How can I learn emotional intelligence? Like, Virgo will do that. Like, they will do that for you. I have a very close Virgo friend who used to frazzle me because she used to give me a lot of information, and I would be like, oh my God, you're doing so much. So she read a book about it, and now she doesn't do that anymore. And I'm just like, this is why I love Virgos. Like, you give them an issue and they solve it. So this is how Virgo can take the situation. But let's talk about the overall. Overall, I think that if the Virgo has some important water in their chart, always combine things. Don't just look at just Virgo and just Scorpio, because that's silliness. It doesn't work that way. You're not just one thing. You're a whole mixture of things. You're a whole painting of different things, right? So if the Virgo has maybe some water in there, some Pluto, important Pluto placements, then they're going to be able to connect on that intimate level that Scorpio really wants. And not just wants, Scorpio needs it. Scorpio needs this intimacy. It makes them feel alive and happy. Like when they're digging into somebody and really connecting on like the soul spiritual level, that they're just like, yes, that's why I'm here on this planet. So Virgo's going to be like, what is that? Like, what do I need that for? But if they have water in there, then they're going to be like, yes, come swim in my oceans, and they're going to like that. So again, if the Virgo has water, that'll be really good. Or if the Scorpio is also very earthy, like maybe has a lot of Capricorn or has Virgo themselves, Taurus maybe could slow it down, the emotionality of it. So then that could work. So always look for balancing elements within the charts of the people. Don't just stick to just the two signs, because that's a very narrow interpretation of compatibility. Compatibility is a huge thing in astrology, and there are different methods, the Davidson chart, and then you have synastry and you have house overlays. There's so much stuff that goes into figuring out compatibility. It's not just the two signs. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I put out videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you have any requests, any recommendations that you want me to talk about, leave them in the comments. I definitely read the comments and I look for ideas for future videos. I realize I'm not making as many videos as I was before, and I feel like I'm finally like coming back into my body, because for a while I was making so many videos that I was getting really frazzled and tired, and I think I'm finally like, oh, I feel alive again, and I am feeling re-inspired to make good videos and talk about interesting things and not just like the same old thing. Because guys, believe it or not, I get tired of talking about the same old, and I don't mean astrology, because astrology is vast. We can talk about so many things in astrology. I'll never get tired of talking about astrology, but like doing compatibility videos all the time, it's just like, do people really want to see that? I don't know. But I have so many interesting things I want to talk about, but I had just been so freaking tired. Like I had the energy of a wet fly. That's how much like energy I was having and being able to produce. But since I've spent some time away from the internet, I've been making fewer videos, and I'm not on social media right now. So I feel so rested, and I feel like I could hear my inner dialogue better now. It's not just like crazy chatter. So I hope that you guys look forward to new videos, new interesting topics that I want to talk about in terms of astrology. And I hope you stick around for that, and that you're as excited about it as I am. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.